our political will drives what she's talking about. I've not run across a campaign where the whole point of the campaign was we're going to lock them up and throw away the key. And you know, we've already run out of places to lock them up or keys to keep them, and if experiences at municipal jails are any indication, and they are, when you increase capacity, it fills up. It's like highways. As soon as you build them, there's enough traffic for all of them. And if we build them, as she said, it's just going to get worse.
The thing that kind of disturbed me when the psychologist or psychiatrist, whoever he was speaking, he kept making references to punishment. And not one time did I hear him say anything about rehabilitation. And that, to me, is what's missing. When a man or woman has no hope, you can build Maslow's hierarchy all you want. It's not going to matter. And when you treat people like animals, they lose hope.
I am just absolutely angry at what I have been reading about the conditions in the prison. I'm a taxpayer. This is being done on my behalf with my money. It doesn't take money. The very editorial from the editor here of November 14th. The state promises remedies but never delivers, even when the fixes require no money and minimal resources. Where is the Attorney General? Where is the investigation? If you have rapes, beatings, assaults, homicides, I'm sorry, if that is done in another environment, you have an investigation, an arrest, an indictment, a trial, a conviction, a sentencing. None of that is happening. And that doesn't have to wait.
When making decisions, we have to think that what we're willing and unwilling to accept around costs, trade-offs. What's your reaction to those numbers when you see those in terms of building these additional facilities, these additional beds? Do you think that these are acceptable costs from your perspective? We just heard just a moment ago. I'm a taxpayer, my money's going toward this.
If we're not spending as much for educating the student and them getting out to not be violent, and we're not giving them the resources, the community resources to be able to do after school programs, music programs, things that will not allow them to go in various lifestyles, then we're going to have this overcrowding issue. I'm from Pennsylvania, so I understand how they did the children would just go straight into the prison system.
I've worked in the Department of Corrections, and I can tell you, we don't address what's happening prior to them coming to prison, okay? What I mean by that is, if my child was giving somebody 10 pills, I would get an attorney to beat the band. My child's not going to prison. That's fact. I'm just here to tell you. You can say I don't know what I'm talking about, but the majority of the incarcerated are black guys who cannot afford an attorney. They're given a court-appointed attorney who may show up and may not show up. They don't really stand a chance.
I think there's sort of this problem that we're coming in here, should we do this one, or this one? I think we're going to have to do all three of them. You know, the first one, there's not a lot of support in here for that because it doesn't make a lot of sense. But that's the one that politicians can sell. That's the short term. We've got this barrier that we've got to meet very quickly, and that's the only way you're going to get to it quickly.
We've talked all the way around it. We're going to have to pay taxes. There's no way. I mean, every campaign says, I'm going to cut. We're going to cut all this waste. And where do they cut it? They cut it from the court system. I've worked in it for 31 years. They cut the money from the court system every time around. And you can't keep cutting and cutting and cutting and think things are going to work out. So we're going to have to pay taxes. And until we're willing to do that, we got some real problems.